Hello everyone, welcome to another First Strike. This time we're taking a look at FromSoftware's latest release, Armored Core 6: Fires of Rubicon. I'm definitely curious to see if this continues the legacy FromSoft has built over the last decade and a half, or if it will be a fresh look at a part of their history that and I think many players, know little to nothing about. I admit I'm a bit terrified of what I'm in store for, as I am not as good at video games as the Cuphead review might imply. Please be gentle, Armored Core. Alright, enough procrastinating, let's just get in there and get good. So I picked this up mainly out of curiosity. It's been a long time in video game years since we've seen an Armored Core game, 11 years according to my research. Also according to my research, that last game was maybe not so good, very mixed reviews. That could be why it took so long to return. I'm also low-key hoping this will be at least a little bit easier than most of their games. I tend to enjoy them, but I haven't beaten one yet. Not even close, honestly. I've most enjoyed both Demon's Souls for being just a touch easier, and Sekiro because it's freaking sweet! So, just in case, I'm going to make it my goal to beat at least a single substantial boss for this review. I suspect I've just made a mistake. On the surface, the story itself is actually very straightforward. You seem to be playing as a prisoner of some sort, with a handler directing you every step and mentioning a fried brain and getting your life back. Solid goals, to be sure. You've been brought to the planet Rubicon in search of coral, one of those sci-fi energy sources that everyone in their army is after. Based on the first mission, you're not supposed to be there because your first task is to find and loot a license that will allow you access without raising too much attention. There's plenty of fishy mystery here, but it hardly seems half as esoteric, am I using that right? As anything Dark Souls offered. I'd rather not make that comparison this whole episode, but I think I'll have to touch on it a little later. Anyway, the little I've seen hasn't offered much story yet. I'm not sure it needs to, necessarily. This seems like a different sort of game. Art design is always a tough section for me. I'm not that much of an artist. I can't make any comments on the techniques used or how the look of a game conveys anything. I don't know that stuff, so from a layman's point of view, this game doesn't have a very interesting look to it. It's all gray, metal, sci-fi robotic stuff. That's not to say it looks bad. I'd just prefer a lot more color. I can't explain why exactly, but I do kind of like it in a way. I mean, this is a mech game, and there's a sort of powerful feel to the abundance of steel and explosions on display. I guess I'm saying that while I usually like more vibrant visuals, it wouldn't look right in this game. The sound design does much of the same, that is to say there's not much to talk about there. Most of the music is rather quiet, and the sound effects are about the same mechanical whirs and clangs, computerized loading tones, tons of explosions that you'd expect. You know what? That's what it is. This is a minimalistic perspective that keeps the focus where it needs to be, gameplay. And it does mirror the kind of single-mindedness that all the entities involved in the plot have. It's all about the coral. Huh, I literally put that together while writing this. How about that? And now I present the main course. I really think much of the design of the story and artwork is there to provide just enough draw to get you closer to the hook, the gameplay. So I've already seen at least one channel call this game Dark Souls with guns. And I both agree and disagree. So let's break this down. On one hand, Dark Souls is known for very deliberate, disarmingly precise controls that almost feel like they were made incorrectly, but intentionally so. Like, timing a parry is so hard because it doesn't feel intuitive, but they meant to do that because they wanted you to work for it, to earn that awesome attack. It's also known for obtuse storytelling that manages to say a lot with a little and a little with a lot. If you know it, you know it. Also, Dark Souls is known for its interconnected world, with shortcuts and secrets tucked away throughout an otherwise unbroken map. I kid you not, none of that is here. The controls feel fluid and responsive, which is super refreshing for me. And the story, from what I can tell, is bare bones, but still compelling enough. And the world really isn't connected at all. This is a mech combat game. which means the draw is creating your own walking death machine, whatever that means for you. It's mission-based, so you'll be dropped into small to extra-large arenas, some feeling like a full level, others just for a single fight. Then you go back to your base to make adjustments to your AC, which took too long for me to realize stood for Armored Core. You have so much control over building your own custom rig, from paint jobs to decals, and it's a big draw considering there's some kind of multiplayer function that I haven't seen yet in my time playing. But if you like adjusting stats and equipment in Dark Souls to play a certain way that's catered to your style, oh baby, you're gonna love this game. This is where my dumb brain gets a little lost, but I'll do my best. Okay, so your AC has 11 categories of parts for you to buy, collect, and swap to your heart's desire. Speed round. The right arm unit, your basic attack weapons, various gun types ranging from handguns to bazookas. Left arm unit, same stuff but also exclusive access to melee weapons. Right back unit, sub-weapons like missile launchers. Left back unit, again same as right but also shields. Heads, responsible mainly for keeping systems stable. Cores, primarily contributing to movement and power functions. Arms, determining how the AC handles its weapons. Legs, loading capacity and ground movement. Booster, non-ground based movement. FCS or fire control system, target tracking and lock-on. And last, generators, determining overall capabilities, possibly limiting what other parts you use. So there's definitely ways this game is like Dark Souls, but to me, it feels way different, and I like it a lot. I'll be pretty lost on how to properly build my AC for a long time, but now I'm curious about the rest of the series, and I may just hunt those down. Oh, I forgot. Dark Souls is also about hard bosses that feel great to conquer. Yep, we do got that here. Remember my goal to beat the first boss? I did. It felt great, and I even kept playing just a little longer than that. In short, this game is all about the mech, and that's actually kind of awesome, I think. So this game is mission-based, and doesn't have much else to offer besides cool, customizable mech combat. I kind of get the sense that those players hungry for more Souls-likes are gonna move on to Lies of P pretty quickly once that's out. I definitely see FromSoftware's ability to direct gameplay around a single concept here, and they definitely understand bosses, but I wonder if tweaking parts and weapons will be enough to keep pulling me in, and other players for that matter. I don't think there's anything terrible about it, and I can tell I have some empty options on my base menu for features I haven't unlocked yet. Those may be what takes this game to the next level of engagement, but I just don't know. For now, I wouldn't mind spending some more time trying to find the style of AC build that works for me. I suspect high maneuverability with strong main weapons and light disruptive sub-weapons. We'll see. I said as much already, I don't know that this game will satiate the ravenous Soulsborne fanbase, but fans of mech combat will love this game. The last big mech game I can remember was Demon X Machina on Switch, and wasn't so great. This is way better in my opinion, and might be ever so slightly easier than most FromSoft games, if not by very much. I love that combat feels fast and fluid, while somehow still feeling hefty and powerful, exactly how a mech should feel. So, if you like mech games, don't miss this one. And if you haven't played them much like me, this is worth a try. I think it's pretty cool. So those are my first impressions on Armored Core 6, Fires of Rubicon. Don't forget, if you'd like a proper backlogged review on the full game, hit me up in that comment section. Or, even better, I have an email now on screen, check that out. I also just set up a Patreon account, so if you like what I do here, please consider contributing to improve my content overall. I'd really super appreciate it. Otherwise, you know what to do here. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Later!